World War II. Hydra, at the height of its cruelty, and a secret so horrifying it makes even Nazi super science look tame. This isn't just another Captain America story. This is what happens when humanity digs too deep and wakes up something that should have stayed buried. Ancient tombs, alien queens, and monsters built only to kill collide with Marvel's first Avenger in one of the darkest crossovers ever put on a comic page. Welcome back to your Captain Comics. Today, we're breaking down Alien vs. Captain America, issue number 2, a brutal, acid-soaked nightmare where shields meet serrated tails, heroes face extinction, and Hydra finally learns that some weapons don't answer to anyone. Captain America meets Xenomorph. The issue opens with the chilling reminder that Hydra's ambitions have always gone far beyond conventional warfare. During World War II, Baron von Strucker uncovers something ancient and unspeakably dangerous buried within tombs connected to the inhuman royal family. These aren't forgotten relics or lost technologies, but living horrors, the Xenomorphs. Creatures whose entire biology is built for extermination. Strucker, driven by Hydra's obsession with absolute power, believes these monsters can be tamed and weaponized. In a move that defines Hydra's cruelty, civilians and prisoners of war are subjected to horrific experiments, transformed into unwilling hosts for these alien creatures. Among the captured is Dino Manelli of the Howling Commandos, and that single act sets everything else in motion. Captain America, Bucky Barnes, and Sergeant Nick Fury lead the Howling Commandos straight into occupied France, targeting a Hydra stronghold where Dino is believed to be held. From the moment they arrive, something feels off. There are no guards, no gunfire, no resistance. For a Hydra base, that silence is terrifying. One soldier jokes that the mission seems too easy, but Bucky immediately voices his unease, sensing that something is terribly wrong. Cap, ever the symbol of resolve, acknowledges the tension, but pushes the team forward, ready to provoke whatever Hydra is hiding. As they breach the facility, the atmosphere shifts from military operation to full-blown horror. Captain America kicks open a door, revealing a long, dark corridor that feels more like the entrance to a nightmare than a battlefield. The soldiers try to mask their fear with jokes, comparing the moment to a bad horror movie, or expecting some Frankenstein-style experiment to lurch out of the shadows. But subtle, writhing shapes along the walls suggest something far worse. Cap remains focused, his silence speaking louder than any reassurance, while one of the commandos grimly notes that whatever waits ahead is beyond anything they faced before. The deeper they move, the more grotesque the environment becomes. The corridors are choked with red organic tendrils, the walls slick with alien residue, and corpses litter the floor in various states of mutilation. This is no longer a Hydra base, but a breeding ground. One soldier remarks that even Frankenstein would flee from this site, emphasizing just how far Hydra has pushed beyond human monstrosity. It becomes clear that Hydra didn't master these creatures, they unleashed them and paid the price. The team pauses to process the reality of what they're facing. Captain America admits that the Xenomorphs likely overwhelmed Hydra itself, wiping out the very men who thought they could control them. Doubt creeps in as the soldiers question whether they can succeed where Hydra failed. The tension snaps when someone reminds them that Dino Manelli is still alive somewhere inside, and that reminder reignites their resolve. Cap senses movement, the unmistakable feeling of being watched, and the suspense tightens to a breaking point as one soldier angrily threatens to shoot anyone who keeps panicking. That fear becomes horrifyingly justified when they enter a massive cave-like chamber. What they find inside is pure nightmare fuel. Human figures are encased in cocoon-like organic structures, fused to alien growths, barely alive. The sight leaves the team speechless. One soldier whispers, "My God," only for another to respond that God has nothing to do with something like this.
These aren't failed experiments, they're incubators, victims suspended between life and death for the sole purpose of birthing monsters. As they move through the tunnel, they discover Dino Manelli among the cocooned victims. He's alive, barely, and when Cap frees him, Dino briefly regains consciousness. His warning is cryptic but urgent. He mutters, "Operation Red King," and pleads that there isn't much time. Before he can explain further, his strength fades, and the implication hangs heavy in the air. Hydra wasn't just experimenting, they were preparing something catastrophic. The horror escalates when an infected man confesses what really happened. Baron Strucker brought the Xenomorphs to Red Skull, believing Hydra could dominate them. Everything changed when they captured the Queen. The moment those words are spoken, the man's body betrays him. Alien tendrils rupture from his chest and mouth in a violent transformation that unfolds in front of Captain America's horrified eyes. In seconds, the confession becomes an attack as the creature bursts free, killing another soldier in a gruesome display of unstoppable biology. Chaos erupts. A monstrous alien attacks the squad, facehuggers and claws tearing through men in seconds. Dino and another soldier are lost in the confusion, presumed dead, as screams echo through the tunnels. Before anyone can regroup, another commando is impaled through the chest, the brutality happening so fast it feels impossible to react. Hydra's experiments haven't just gone wrong, they've turned this place into a slaughterhouse. Then the Xenomorph reveals itself in full. A towering, biomechanical nightmare charges the squad, its serrated tail slicing through soldiers with horrifying ease. Panels emphasize the sheer force of the creature, hats flying off heads, bodies torn apart mid-motion. Gunfire barely slows it down. This is no ordinary enemy. This is a living weapon designed to survive anything humanity can throw at it. Captain America steps into the chaos, doing what he does best. As bullets fail and soldiers panic, Cap blocks the Xenomorph's tail with his shield, the impact ringing with metallic force. He counters with a devastating strike, landing a blow that actually draws blood. Green, acidic fluid sprays from the creature, sizzling on contact with the environment. Cap realizes instantly how dangerous this is. This isn't just blood, it's a weapon in itself. The battle intensifies as Cap trades blows with the alien, shield strikes landing hard enough to stagger it. The acid blood hisses and burns, but his shield holds, reinforcing its status as one of the most indestructible objects on Earth. There's a moment of grim triumph when Cap notes that the shield survived the acid, but that relief is long-lived. The Xenomorph wasn't alone. A swarm descends on the team, and the fight becomes a desperate last stand. Soldiers are ripped apart, slashed and dragged into the darkness. Sound effects fill the panels, gunfire mixing with alien screeches and screams of rage and grief. Captain America blocks attack after attack, but even he can't be everywhere at once. The final image of the sequence is devastating. A massive horde advancing toward them as someone mutters, "Too many, too damned many."
Just when annihilation seems inevitable, something entirely unexpected crashes into the battlefield. A massive robotic figure emerges from the smoke with a thunderous roar. Even the Xenomorphs hesitate, their body language shifting in unmistakable recognition. One soldier voices what everyone is thinking, wondering what new nightmare has arrived. Another notices something chilling. The aliens know this thing, and they're afraid of it. The robot doesn't hesitate. It tears two Xenomorphs apart with brutal efficiency, green acid spraying as limbs are ripped free. Captain America watches closely, realizing that whatever this machine is, it's something even the Xenomorphs fear, and that alone makes it dangerous. The robot then unleashes a devastating barrage of gunfire, mowing down the horde in seconds. The relentless rat-tat-tat echoes through the ruins as alien bodies fall. When the smoke clears, Captain America and the surviving soldiers stand among the wreckage. The robot looms over them, still steaming from combat. There's a brief moment of dark humor as one soldier jokes about being saved, but Cap quickly warns Bucky not to touch it. This thing isn't an ally. And Cap knows better than to trust unknown machines, especially ones Hydra might have built. That instinct proves correct almost immediately. The robot suddenly grabs Bucky by the neck, lifting him effortlessly. Cap strikes it with his shield, but the machine barely reacts. Instead, it launches into the air, gripping both Cap and Bucky in its massive hands. As they're carried away, Cap tells Bucky to brace himself, knowing whatever comes next won't be gentle. The story pivots again when a rocket launches from the Hydra facility, followed by the appearance of a mysterious ship overhead. From it descend humanoid figures clad in white and purple suits, wielding advanced green weaponry. Their arrival is so surreal that one soldier jokes about little blue men from Mars. But Captain America immediately recognizes that this is something far bigger than Hydra or Earth. The figures identify themselves as Kree, correcting the Mars comment by naming their homeworld Hala. Cap prepares for another fight, shield raised, but the Kree assure him they come in peace. They declare themselves humanity's salvation, shifting the story from survival horror to cosmic intervention. The final reveal lands with enormous weight as Captain Marvel steps forward, signaling that the war against the Xenomorphs has drawn the attention of the wider universe. Issue number 2 ends by expanding the scope of the conflict beyond Earth, beyond Hydra, and even beyond Captain America. What began as a rescue mission has become a cosmic struggle involving ancient alien species, interstellar empires, and forces that even the Xenomorphs fear. It's a reminder that in the Marvel Universe, some battles don't just decide the fate of nations, they determine the fate of worlds. Our nerdy thoughts. And that's where Alien vs. Captain America issue number 2 leaves us, standing in the wreckage of a battle no one was prepared for. Hydra thought they could chain monsters and call it power. Captain America learned the truth the hard way. Some evils don't belong to any side, and some wars aren't meant to be won by soldiers alone. With the Xenomorphs unleashed, allies falling fast, and the Kree stepping into the fight, this story explodes from a World War II nightmare into a full-blown cosmic crisis. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Marvel's darkest crossovers, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more comic breakdowns, and let me know what you think happens next when heroes, monsters, and galaxies collide. Until then, keep reading, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.